Hey y'all, we're going to do an update on the Lowrance active target. To our right we see the Lowrance 0.1 compass, and of course the seat, I've removed the two covers, and now we see our two HDS displays, the HDS Live on the port side rail and the HDS Carbon on the starboard rail. Now we've got basically the battery box to the in-hull power cable to that four-way splitter. The one on the left is powering the port side for the HDS Live. The one in the middle is powering the NEMA 2000 bus, and the one on the right is powering the starboard side for the HDS Carbon. To power the Lowrance active target, we need to have it on a separate battery. So this Chins battery here is going to be kept in the seat pack initially, and a cable will go from it to this power tap here. One of the big decisions was where to put the active target. So where did we put the active target sonar module? We thought about putting it in a camera case or watertight case back here, running its cables above board. We instead decided to run the cables through the hull. We see it here for the active target, and we've moved the active imaging transducer to here. We also had to add a lot of networking cables. The intranet for this unit, and over here we're using both intranet connectors. One of the intranets is talking to the active target, the other intranet is talking across the boat to the HDS Carbon. This of course is your NEMA 2000, your power. We don't have a transducer connected here. So we decided to put the active target sonar module in the bow, and we're using the bucket, but I've added a couple little PVC skids so it'd stay up above the bottom of the bucket so it's not soaking in water if any water gets in there. And I went through several decision points on that. I bought a Percy plate from Tim Percy and thought about putting it on a Percy plate like many of the pro angler users do with Panoptics, but on the Outback being a smaller kayak, it would fit, but it'd still probably be sitting in the bottom of the hull where it might be getting in water. So I went back and forth on that and decided to drill a couple holes for cabling, put on the skids with some leftover PVC, and here you see the intranet cable that's connected to the HDS Live, the sonar cable that's going to the active target forward-facing sonar system, the transducer, and of course you have power, and this power has a fuse on it, just like the chart plotters are protected by an inline fuse. So when I went to a simpler connection system of just using a splitter, an SAE cable with a splitter, I still have fuses in here to protect everything. And then of course, once I put the bungees on the hatch, that's watertight. I shouldn't have to worry about water getting in there. Over here we see the active target transducer. I've mounted it on a Fisher mount, and normally with the pro anglers, they mount this plate through brackets onto the H-rail. But the pro angler H-rail is out here on the perimeter of the boat to where it'll deploy the transducer. on the Outback, it sits too far back and it doesn't work. So I've mounted it to the rail. If I need extra support, I'll just take a bracket over here to the H-rail portion of the cockpit to give it a little more support. So as we see it here, it's in the scout mode. We could turn it in the scout mode, but mostly we point it forward. As we look down here, this transducer is shooting out to the left. This one's straight. The one we can't quite see is shooting the opposite direction, so it's covering something like 30 degrees left, 30 degrees right, and straight ahead. To change this, loosen the knob, rotate it. Now we see the lines line up. We see one transducer is shooting more down, one transducer is shooting a little bit down, one is shooting pretty much straight. And as we turn it, we're looking in the direction that we're pointing the transducer, which we can see by following the handle on it. So we can aim it where we want to observe to see where fish are holding. It also has the ability to be set in the down scan mode. But in most cases, I'm going to use it in the forward scan mode, and I've got it where when I'm in the seat, I can aim the transducer to the area of water I want to search, or when I'm wanting to do a wider pattern of search to see whether this is an area I want to spend more time at, I'll use it in the scout mode. So with the kayak, I'm probably going to be forward scan mode or scout mode most of the time. When you install the mount, you close this tab to secure it. As you saw, I've been pulling it in and out to change the position of the transducer. Move the tab. When I'm ready to move to new location and I'm not using it, I unlock it, unpower it. I can stow it on the aft tank well, or I could stow it on the bow, either one, when it's not in use. Most of the time, this display will be on the active target. Active target's not installed, we're not in the water, it's not powered. When it's powered, it'll become available to this display. Over here, I can look at pre-selected pages. I can use that instrument page we saw in the HDS Live, or a custom page that has both the steering page and my active imaging, side scan, chirp, down scan, and conventional depth sounding. The trolling motor can be controlled from either display, but primarily this display is going to be used for the active target forward-facing sonar, and this is going to be used in the normal fashion to control the trolling motor and other facets of the boat. So that's it for the update. If this video was good, if you liked it, please hit the like button, and it helps us a lot if you'd hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.